back to Jordan's Everyday DIY. Today we're back in the barn. I want to go through today on the guitar how I mount the head veneers. It's just something I like to do. You obviously don't have to do this on guitars. My first guitar, I kind of started it. I cut a real thin veneer. This happens to be walnut. Put it through my thickness sander, keep putting it through there. I'm just a little over a mil or so here. And then I like to put that on the heads of my guitars. So that's what I'm gonna glue on today. Show you kind of how I do that. Just position the nut so we get the correct spacing, how I clamp it and get it glued up. Pretty simple glue and clamp, but just thought I'd show you in case you guys are interested in doing some veneers yourself. Then once this all dries, we'll do a really good a finish sanding job. If you recall back when I shaped the head and the neck, you know, I left everything kind of oversized, because what I'll do now is I'll go back and I'll kind of fine sand this so that everything lines up nice and don't have any gaps or anything anywhere. So now I'm going to show you how I fit this. I'm going to move the camera over here a little closer so you can see. And we'll proceed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my veneer. I'll put the nut on the guitar loose. I'm actually going to clamp it this way too, and then I'll remove the nut when I'm done. We'll cover this with glue, make sure everything's clean. Press this up nice and tight against that nut, and we'll get this clamped in place. And then again, like I said, I'll remove that to let it dry. Then once that's all done, I'll come back and I'll do all the finish sanding on this. I already put the veneer on the underside, same process. And then it'll be, you know, kind of a nicely finished veneer both sides. So, and I like to happen to match the ring inlay around the sound hole on my guitars with the same material, kind of how I do it. Your choice. So let's get some glue on this. Try to get a good coverage all the way to the edges. Put that nut up there in place. Push it up against the nut pretty good to get that to, the wood will flex a little bit, but I'll show you, I'll put an additional clamp on that when I'm done. So obviously the glue, you know, wants to move around as glue does. So again, there's some tricks you can do for that. I haven't ever tried any on a guitar, just for fear of messing anything up. So, all right. I happen to like to use some straight edges, some blocks, to clamp against. So I'll put that right on the edge of the guitar. I'll show you on this other side. Sorry, that's a bad angle. Now is where you're going to fight it a little bit. Get that clamped on there good. The whole time, you can't tell, but I'm trying to push that up against the nut. So that's kind of what I was talking about, putting it on the edge. These little clamps I love, just little quick clamps, but they really do a good job. Now I can try to move this, and I don't know if you can tell, but the nut is in there. You can't because I got a bad angle. The nut is in there pretty firmly. So I'm pressed up against that pretty good, which is what I want. Because when I do decide to put this nut back in, I want as tight a fit as I can get on that. So let's get these other two clamps on here. We'll try to wipe off a little bit of that glue in between these clamps. anytime you can wipe off some of this excess is good, but again, we're going to do a lot of sanding still and shaping on this head. So the fact that there is some glue on there isn't going to be the end of the world. So remove this nut. Turn this around here. And here's something else I like to try to do. So I will take another block and I'll lay it across kind of where this nut goes. Because right now that's just flared up just a touch from the shape of the guitar. So I'm going to put another clamp on there. I just happen to have this little piece of rubber that I keep handy. And I will put that on my clamp on the underside. Just tighten this up. I'm just going to snug this. I don't want to, you know, that's like a 2-finger tighten. Sorry, couldn't see it. I just, you know, my finger and my thumb is about all I'm tightening that. Just so I get a nice, nice glue adhesion right up underneath where that's touching the neck, where the nut goes. So that we get a nice tight fit. I'd rather have that nut not fit in there and have to just lightly sand and take away some of that veneer. So again, so that you got a really nice, clean, crisp fit. I'd rather have that than have, you know, it kind of sloppy when I put it in there. So anyways, that's got it glued up. The nut's removed, everything's blocked and clamped. And what we'll do is we'll come back tomorrow, take those off, and we'll shape that, that head some to the veneers and get a nice clean edge all the way around on that. So that's how I do the veneers. I challenge you, experiment. Find out your own ways. I mean, it's kind of cool. That's part of the neat thing, the joy of woodworking, if you will, is just kind of figuring out that stuff for yourself. It's kind of fun. So if you enjoyed the video, again, I'll ask, please hit subscribe on the bottom. My wife and I, Melissa, on Jordan's Everyday DIY, have a lot of decorating ideas, things like that she's really good at different little house projects, things like that we'll show. This just happens to be one of my shop ones. And hopefully you enjoy the guitar. So hit subscribe. We'll talk to you next time. Stay blessed.